Chromatic Cascade. Here's a performance. 4, 5, 6. So let's look at the sequence in the first line. It's a sequence of dominant seventh scales. The first one starts on the open G, G, B, D, and then low 2 on the D string. The bowing is down, up, up, down. Let's just look at the bowing first of all. We'll do it on the G. Goes G. So it's quite connected because it's legato. Now I'm going to try and do the same thing with the correct open strings. So it's going to go G, G, D, D. So there's a little string crossing there which is tricky. Let's just try that. G, G, D, D. So a little release after the end of that G string note and then you move over. Release. Now put the fingers into it. Open G, high 2 on the G, open D, low 2 on the D. Now the next dominant seventh starts 1 on the A, on the G, which is an A. So it's 1, low 4, 1 on D, 3 on the D string. The next one is low 2 on the G, open D, low 2 on the D, and low 4 on the D. Go. And then in bar 4, we have a straight arpeggio of B flat major. And that's a real arrival point. The sequence is heading towards that B flat at the top. But each one of these sequences has to be played in a slightly different way. You've got to think of it kind of like the leaves of an acorn tree. They can resemble the leaf of an acorn so that you recognize it as such, but they might be slightly bigger or slightly smaller, they might be slightly greener, slightly browner, they might be slightly more jagged, they might be slightly smoother, but they're recognizably from the acorn tree. Each one has to have its own unique character. So here we go. It's marked legato at the start and it's mezzo piano. So the first one's quite gentle. The next one crescendos, but it's not too much. The next one for me is a little bit spicier, so I'm going to try and make it crescendo even more. And then the last one is bright and sparkling, the B flat major arpeggio. So those are the dominant seventh sequence, but we also have a dominant seventh in bar 7, which is the same as in bar 2. So that's just 1 on the G, low 4, 1 on D, and 3 on the D string. So now we've done all these dominant sevenths and the arpeggio. Let's have a look at the chromatic aspects of this piece. So if we look at bar number 5, it's a cascade that descends from the D, the 3 on the A, coming all the way down to the lower octave D. So 1, 2, 3. It's actually quite nice to try and see this figure as a curve rather than seeing it as a linear descent. So we could start here, then less, more, then less. And then there's another chromatic figure in bar 7, which is from 3 on the D string going up to 3 on the A string. So this goes. So those are the chromatic elements. Now I'm going to look at other little bits in it. So bar number 6, it's quite tricky. It's like a reflective bit. The first one is open D, then high 2 on the G, low 2, open D, low 2. So when it goes to that low 2 on the G string, I think that's a little bit darker. So we can go a little bit deeper into the string. The rhythm of it says T A T T T, T A T T T. So we've got 1, 2. Now darker. Then let's have a look at the last bar of the piece. It goes 1, 2, 3. With a left-hand pizzicato on the last note. And then the last thing is the connectors to these different areas. So in bar 1, you have a 3 semiquaver upbeat to the bottom A. So it goes. Then you have. And then you have. So it's the last 3 semiquavers of each of these bars. Now, if we put all of this together, we should hear the piece. There's one other thing that just to notice is that in bar 4, the last 3 semiquavers are in a slur but with dots. So they're slightly more detached than the notes in slurs with lines. So and then you see the chromatic scale that follows is got tenuto markings above it. So connect these notes. I'm going to play it through once more to you. So 4, 5, 6.